and a full forward line of Willie Griffin, Brendan O'Connor and Mark Connolly. The Adare team is managed by Brian Foley. Heading over to the Patrickswell team now, of course, winning their 20th county championship last year. In goals, Brian Murray. Full back line of Shawnee O'Brien, Nigel Foley and Tom Nolan. Half back line, Paddy Maher, Diarmid Burns and Mark Carmody. Midfield is John Flynn and Cian Lynch, who's captaining the Patrickswell side this year. Half forward line, Jack Kelleher, Jason Gillan and Tom O'Brien. Full forward line, Kevin O'Brien, Aaron Gillan and Patrick Kirby. For commentary tonight, I'm joined by Raphael Rocca. Raf, Patrickswell, holders of the championship, they'll be looking to get their campaign off to a winning start tonight.
Yeah, they absolutely will. A local derby with, I suppose, their nearest and dearest in Adare. Hard to know, John, what we can expect from these teams. They would have obviously been putting all their efforts into starting this competition in April. You know, April is an awful long time ago. You know, regardless how well they were going then, it's another pre-season really. You know, so. It's going to be very hard to see how teams hit the ground running. Now, one thing that we did notice even from the under-21 matches over the last weekend is that the quality and the standard, that a lot of the skills work that these guys were doing during the lockdown certainly has paid off, and that they very much hit the ground running. I'd expect both teams to hit the ground running here tonight, but again, it's hard to know, get a gauge where either of them are at.
Indeed it is. Referee for tonight's game is Johnny Murphy from Glenrue. Patrickswell are going to be playing from left to right, but we'll pause now for a couple of moments for our on the Veen. Final preparations here at Limerick GA HQ. As I mentioned just before, our on the Veen, Patrickswell are going to be playing from left to right, and Adare in their traditional red and black colours from right to left. Raf, we mentioned in our preamble that Patrickswell will be firm favourites for this game, but a young Adare side we're seeing in front of us tonight, they'll be fairly confident they can try and pull off a shock tonight.
They will, and I suppose, look, the one word you would have used for Adare last year was kind of patchy. You know, that they were a very hard team to get a gauge or get a measure of. But like you said, a young side that'll be going out here with nothing to lose. And if you look at the way the formats are lined up, a win for either team tonight takes a lot of the pressure off. You know, if you lose this one, then you're really under the pump for next weekend.
There are, of course, some All-Ireland winners in action for both sides tonight. Most notably for Adare is Declan Hannon. He's scheduled to line out at centre forward. It remains to be seen if he does indeed line out there, Raf, but a huge player for Adare either way.
Talisman, not for just for Adare and his county as well, of course, and so much will be riding on his shoulders tonight as to how this game is going to go for Adare. But they do have talent around the field as well. They're not just a one-trick pony, and I expect Adare to Patrickswell to get a tough test here this evening.
Yeah, we've just one change in the Adare side. Looking around just before we throw in here, Joe McSweeney looks to be starting. We'll confirm who he's starting in place of. He's definitely going to start in midfield, and just as we get underway here, indeed, Adare are going to be playing from left to right as we view it. There's a strong breeze here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. We just have the switches in now. McSweeney is in for Sean Hogan, and number 21 Charlie McCarthy starts instead of Mike Keane on the Adare side as well. Patrickswell, as Diarmid Burns goes under, it's a low ball in. It's Kevin O'Brien in possession, unable to gain control of that, but it's a good chance either way here, and a chance for Patrickswell straight away for goal. Brilliant defending from Jody Hannon. It was Patrick Kirby that went clean through in goals. Excellent work from Jody Hannon, and a free out for Adare, and dangerous start for Adare, Raf, but they handled that quite well.
Well, and a timely intervention there at the end to deny the scoring opportunity, and they now have a chance to hear the lines.
Just what Adare would have been looking for, a bit of a confidence booster. As I mentioned, a strong breeze blowing here from the Clare end at the LAT Gaelic grounds, heading into the city end, but mainly favouring into the right hand corner as Brian Curtin hits this one long. Brilliant catch in the air by Dermot Burns. Great start from him. In fact, it's Mark Carmody with that catch, and straight down the line for Aaron Gillan. Gillan, who was nursing an injury before this game during the week. It's Gillan on the run. Trademark shot from Aaron Gillan, but on this occasion it's gone to the left hand side and wide, and Rafa Adare can't afford to give him that type of space.
No, I guess he's just getting his finding his range. Yeah, and you'd be surprised if he has too many of those for the evening, and it needs to be a bit tighter.
Curtin straight down the middle this time. There's a number of Patrickswell players in looking for it. It was Dermot Burns that went for it, unable to gain clean possession, and Brendan O'Connor is trying to win it from an Adare point of view. He didn't win it, Declan Hannon did, and there was a foul by Tom O'Brien on Declan Hannon, and a perfect chance for Willie Griffin, one of the top marksmen in the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship, to open his account.
Yeah, I don't know about the free there, John. It seemed to be a bit of an odd one, but he has a good chance here to open the scoring.
It'd be a big shock if Willie Griffin was unable to hit the target with this one. Maybe a sighter for Willie, as I've given him the commentator's curse. It's gone to the left and wide. It's a poor wide from Willie Griffin by his standards, as Sean O'Brien takes possession, gives it long, looking for Gillan. He's marked inside her by Jack Fitzgerald. In fact, it's David Connolly with the flick away, but Patrickswell looking to come away with it once more. It's Kevin O'Brien. Chance for Kevin O'Brien to get his shot away. Is this one on target? It's gone to the right and wide. Maybe nerves early on here, Raf.
Yeah, certainly cobwebs, John. That's what it looks like, but and especially that last effort, they're not under a whole lot of pressure either.
It's Adare in possession now, and it's Sean Connolly plays this low one in front of Joe McSweeney. McSweeney wearing number 19 but starting for Adare. Gets the shot in for Joe McSweeney. Excellent work from the number 19 on the Adare side, and that's the opening score of the contest after just nearly 3 minutes.
Yeah, good score there, John, and found a bit of space and a nice finish.
Yeah, it's a quick puck out by Brian Murray, and Patrickswell over to that far side. It's played long, in and long, looking for Aaron Gillan. He's been most of the targets so far for Patrickswell. Chance now for Gillan. Decides to opts to go back. It's Jack Keller in possession. The Patrickswell number 10 looks to be good from our angle here in commentary, and an excellent reply from Jack Keller levels things up.
Yeah, fine score from Jack Kelleher, but if you let Aaron Gillan get out in front like that, you know, he's going to cause trouble. He's either going to score himself or in that instance lay it off to someone who, in a scoring opportunity.
Brian Curtin with the long puck out again, going straight down the middle, looking for Brendan O'Connor. O'Connor, can he break it down? He can. It's McSweeney looking to win it, gets a flick away, and it's another chance for Adare. The shot comes in. It's their number 21. That's Charlie McCarthy, and it's an excellent score from Charlie McCarthy. The two late introductions for Adare, doing the scoring early on for them.
Yeah, good response from Adare. They've had two good opportunities, taken both of them outside of the free, but yeah, fine point.
Flicked inside to Dermot Burns. It's not going to come to Burns, but it does come to John Flynn. Met with a hefty shoulder by Declan Hannon. Fought to Willie Griffin. Chance for Adare. That one's gone to the right hand wide for Willie Griffin. Second missed opportunity by Willie Griffin, the Adare number 13. He'll be very unhappy with that one.
Yeah, and that's the kind of a rallying score after dispossessing a guy that could raise the spirits of a team. Chance here for Patrickswell.
Straight over the black spot by Aaron Gillan, his third or fourth possession in the early stages here. Gets his radar right this time. We're all square again. Great work from Jason Glenn, I should say there. The white helmets make it a bit trickier for us here in the commentary box. But he took that just like his brother Aaron would have anyways. Cian Lynch looking to win possession for Patrickswell. It's Lynch now. A bit of time. You can't give him that much time as he delivers this one. This time it's definitely Aaron Gillan gone up. It's caught by Gillan. Brilliant catch. Can he finish to the net? The answer is yes, he can. Goal for Patrickswell. Cian Lynch's long delivery. Gillan won it up over David Connolly. And Aaron Gillan from that distance, Raf, isn't going to miss.
You be dreading it as a corner forward to have that fella on you or try to contain him. When he gets possession like that, he's almost unstoppable.
Yeah, big blow to Adare early on here after a very solid start. And that's an excellent hook from Kevin O'Brien to win that sideline ball for him. It's John McSweeney that was hooked. And it's going to be a sideline ball now for Patrickswell. Boosted by that goal from Aaron Gillan. It puts them into a 1-2 to 2-point lead. After just over 5 minutes of play here at the LAT Gaelic grounds. First round clash between Adare and Patrickswell. Brought to you, of course, in association with the Kirby Group. The stream live for them is Jason Glenn. An excellent sideline cut, looking for his brother Aaron. Aaron leaps like a salmon again. He's unable to catch that one, and Jody Hannon tidies up. for Adare, gives it to David O'Mahony. O'Mahony coughs up possession, but manages to get away with it, and he's on the run now, looking at his options. Finds one to Charlie McCarthy. McCarthy definitely fouled there on that occasion by Cian Lynch. May get a talking to Cian Lynch from referee Johnny Murphy, but Raf, that goal may have been a big blow to Adare in the early stages.
I suppose, look, that's the difference when you have players of his ability and quality in your full forward line, that one-on-one they can do savage damage. You know, they don't need support. On his own, like he's a wrecking ball for any full back line.
Long range free now for Adare. It's John Fitzgibbon to take this about 10 metres inside his own 65. He has the aid of the breeze. It's a good strike by John Fitzgibbon. On this stage it's gone to the right and wide, and he's well capable of putting that one over the bar, the Adare number 8, but on this occasion his radar's off target.
Yeah, another disappointing miss for Adare.
Brian Murray now with this straight down the middle, looking for Jason Gillan. It's well won there by Ronan Connolly, of course, the Limerick senior panellist this year. Connolly loses control of it. It's Declan Hannon. Looked to be a throw from Hannon to Sean Connolly, but referee Johnny Murphy plays on, and it's Mark Connolly now in possession for Adare. Plays it straight across. Brilliant touch by Declan Hannon. Declan Hannon with the shot. Has that one gone over the bar? It has indeed. Excellent work from Declan Hannon, involved in this play twice, and that's a fine score. One that Adare needed in reply.
Yeah, and I think he took that ball in close confines there, was able to create a bit of space for himself, and fabulous finish.
Tom Nolan with the long clearance here, finds Patrick Kirby. Kirby flicks it inside, looking for Gillan, but this time David Connolly is out to it. Hand pass away from Connolly. It's not the best of passes there, and they've coughed up possession again of Adare. Good work from Jack Kelleher on that occasion, but he's under pressure. Good work from Joe McSweeney, I should say, and a chance now for Willie Griffin. Griffin, third time lucky. Is this for Griffin? Indeed it is, and that's an excellent response from Adare. Good work initially from Joe McSweeney, and Griffin finally finishes one off.
Yeah, finally finishing it with a score, and Adare not afraid to mix it at the moment. There's been some tasty challenges going in. Is exactly what you want to see. 1
point between the sides yet again here as Gillan has another shot. Big chance for Aaron Gillan here on this occasion. Is this one over the bar? He could be sure it is. Excellent work from the Patrickswell number 14, and Adare definitely going to have to tighten up on him, ref.
Yeah, when he gets any kind of possession at all, once he turns, he doesn't take an awful long time to get the shot away, and you saw that there. Fine score.
Foul there as Brendan O'Connor comes out to try and claim that one. It's going to be Nigel Foley that gets a talking to from Johnny Murphy, but Brendan O'Connor has come out well, showing for puckouts so far from Adare, and a second chance from Willie Griffin, an even more difficult angle than his first free attempt. But given he had that sighter with his last shot, he'll be hopeful of throwing this one over and reducing Patrickswell's lead to a point yet again. 8.5 minutes played here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds as Patrickswell leading 1-3 to 4 points. Lower strike this time from Willie Griffin, much better accuracy this time, and 1 point between the sides again, and the last two shots from Willie Griffin surely give him a bit of confidence going forward.
Yeah, he's found his range now, and Adare, that goal could have knocked him, but they've just responded very, very well, and they look to be settling into the game quite well.
It's Kevin O'Brien in possession for Patrickswell. Very difficult angle for Kevin O'Brien. Has he managed to put one over? That's an outstanding score from the Patrickswell number 13. Raf and Adare come back well after the concession of the goal, but that's just how dangerous Patrickswell can be up front.
You're kind of expecting the umpire to wave that one wide considering the angle, but fabulous score straight over the bar, and we've seen some great scores in the opening few minutes of this match. Ronan
Connolly now with this long one in. There should be an easy enough to be dealt with by Tom Nolan. It has been. Nolan's been fouled by Willie Griffin. Good work from the Patrickswell number 4 on that occasion, and a free out to Kieran Carey's side. It'll be Diarmuid Burns to take this one. Plenty of good movement from the Patrickswell forward line, but they've gone direct with this one, straight up to Aaron Gillan. Gillan can't get a hand. That's much better work from David Connolly as Brian Curtin comes out with this one. Does well to evade the challenge of Aaron Gillan, and there's going to be a free out for the foul initially on Brian Curtin. And Adare, the Adare goalkeeper, will take this one himself on the edge of his square. He's got John McSweeney free if he wants to use him. He opts not to. Decides to go long and straight down the middle. Charlie McCarthy is up amongst a number of players, but it comes to Brendan O'Connor, and there's another foul on the Adare man, and Brendan O'Connor has caused a number of problems coming out for those puck outs. It's Diarmuid Burns now for a flick of the hurley gets a yellow card, and that's not what Diarmuid Burns has needed early on, ref.
No, we've only 10 minutes gone. So you'd in a game like this, a local derby between two rivals, you'd imagine that he might need to temper his efforts a bit for the next 60 minutes.
It's another chance for Willie Griffin. He's got 2 points so far. One from free, one from play. Is that a second one from a free? Indeed it is. The gap is at 1 point again. Just after 11 minutes here, it's Patrickswell 1-4 and Adare 6 points. Declan Hannon now takes possession of that puck out. Is this the levelling score? It's a good effort off his left hand side, but it's gone to the right and wide. Not the greatest puck outs in the world from Brian Murray. Hannon nearly took advantage of it, but Murray goes short again. This one's better to right into the hand of Dermot Burns. Plays this one left handed. And it's Aaron Gillan going to it first. He gets to it first. Brilliant pickup initially from Gillan. He's got a man inside. Can't get the pass away. It's good interception from John McSweeney. Gets the hand pass away to John Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon plays it back to David O'Mahony. O'Mahony has options in front. Decides to go long inside. And it's going to be Mark Connolly up against Tom Nolan. Connolly has it. Can he get the hand pass away? It's Mark Connolly on the run. Still going Mark Connolly. He's done brilliantly to win a free. And Raphael Rocket. This should be a meet and drink for Willie Griffin to level the game for a third time.
Well, whatever Aaron Gillan can do at one end, Mark Connolly showing that he can claim that high ball too. He was pretty much fouled from the minute he got possession of it. Well outside the large rectangle though, so no claim of a penalty, and this should be an easy opportunity to level proceedings.
Yeah, Willie Griffin just 23 or so metres out, straight in front, nearly. It should be a regulation free for the Adare number 13. That's exactly what he's done. We're all square here after nearly 12 and a half minutes of the Bonsegures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship first round clash between Patrickswell Adare. It's the Well 1-4, Adare 7 points. Of course, this game being brought to you in association with the Kirby Group, as Patrickswell come away with Paddy Maher. Maher goes straight down the right hand side. It's not kept though. It has been a flick though, according to the referee Johnny Murphy. There's going to be a card here for the Adare corner back by the looks of things. It was Kevin O'Brien trying to win possession over on that far side, but Jack Fitzgerald is going to get a talking to at least from the referee.
I suppose it's a bit of a balancing act, John, between letting things go and letting the game flow, and just where do you draw the line. And I suppose, look, he's been consistent in that he's booked Dermot Burns. I don't think he's producing the yellow card here though, is he? No, just a talking to for the Adare defender on that occasion as Aaron Gillan lines this one up. He's already got 1-1 to his name from play. This is his first attempt from place balls. To put Patrickswell back into a lead, and that's the umpire signals for it eventually. It's a point for Patrickswell, free from Aaron Gillan, and it's the Well into the lead again. And once more as Brian Curtin goes again. Declan Hannon trying to win it up against Cian Lynch now. Neither side able to win it initially, but it's eventually Declan Hannon gets this one away. And is this a point for Declan Hannon? It certainly is. He picked up the loose ball brilliantly off the back of a little bit of a ruck, and Hannon levels things once more. Yeah, I suppose, look, both sides having a few wides in the early parts of the game, but they've certainly improved their scoring efficiency now and seem to be well in their rhythm.
It's Declan Hannon in possession here again for there. Is this one on the target? Brian Murray's looking at it, just tails to the right and wide, but Hannon's looking confident in the early stages.
He is, yeah, and he's picking up an awful lot of ball in around the middle of the park. Has been good with his scoring efficiency. First wide of the game for him there, but fairly influential opening.
It's Patrick Kirby now on the run here for Patrickswell. Of course, the Limerick minor in recent years. Kirby with the shot. Made the angle very difficult for him, but it doesn't really matter. Stunning score from the Patrickswell number 15. Puts them 1 point ahead once more.
Yeah, another fine score. They've really been coming thick and fast over the last few minutes. It's been going score for score, and it's a cracking game of hurling breaking out. Yeah,
1-6 to Patrickswell and 8 points for Adare. It is a high standard in the opening 15 minutes here. Of course, there will be a break between the 15th and 20th minute of water break as Nigel Foley hands this one off to Sean O'Brien. O'Brien goes short. It's Jason Gillan. He's got time and space as Jason Gillan. He's well capable of putting this one over the bar. This one is trailing well to the left and wide though. May have had a better option inside. Aaron Gillan was in there. Kevin O'Brien was lurking around the edge of the 21 as well. Jason decided to go for it. Didn't work out.
No, didn't work out. Long range effort, just pulled it to the left and wide, and like you said, he did have other options if he wanted to go for it, but wouldn't fault him for having a shot.
Thomas O'Brien now in possession for Patrickswell. He's got Jason Gillan outside him. O'Brien goes himself for a score. This one looks to be good. It's dropping though for Brian Curtin. Good catch from the Adare keeper. He's got time to pick out his man. He picks out David O'Mahony. O'Mahony Got Jody Hannon on the run the inside. He's got John Fitzgibbon on the outside. Fitzgibbon now on his own 65. Decides to give it in low. It's a good ball in. Mark Connolly's out in front of his man. Doesn't get it first time. The good work from Nigel Foley. Falls to Brendan O'Connor though. Excellent score from the Adare full forward. Good low ball into Mark Connolly initially. It eventually fell to Brendan O'Connor. And the Adare forwards, Raphael Rocker, are looking very, very sharp.
Yeah, tight finish over his shoulder there. And again, under pressure from the Patrickswell back line. So, yeah, excellent score to engineer that chance.
All square yet again here for the 5th time at the LIT Gaelic grounds. 1-6 to Patrickswell, 9 points to Adare. And it's now in possession of Sean Connolly. A low one in from Sean Connolly. Mark Connolly's out in front yet again here. He's got it into his hand yet again. He's on the run. Maybe a goal chance developing here for Adare. Connolly taps the ball over the bar. Brilliant work again from Mark Connolly. There's going to be a card here for one of the Patrickswell defenders too for a strike as he went through. But Mark Connolly is the big danger man at the moment.
Yeah, fouled when he got possession and fouled when he took the point. So you can take your pick there really. But he did. He had the Patrickswell defence in trouble when he took possession of that ball. So
just after the water break here, just over coming up to 17 minutes played of this Bon Secours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship first round clash between Adare and Patrickswell, and maybe somewhat of a surprise in some circles. It's Adare that lead by a point.
Yeah, and you can't really argue with it. Patrickswell looked like they'd started the better, but Adare started to apply a bit of pressure, sharpened up on their shooting. Declan Hannon started to win a bit of loose ball around the middle of the park, knocking over a few points. I think he's only had one wide from all his shots. So, Patrickswell started well. Adare have come back into it, and they've looked a threat every time the ball has been gone in since.
Indeed, they have. You mentioned Aaron Gillan's goal was the difference, and it looked at that stage that Patrickswell would kind of not run away with it, but they got a huge boost. But Adare's response has been superb, and maybe in the last couple of years it's something that could have been levelled at this Adare team when they have gone a few points behind. The head has dropped, but it certainly doesn't look to be the case tonight.
And I suppose if you look at when Patrickswell were on top, they were on top when they were in control of the middle in this kind of third here, where they were able to deliver that ball into Garen Gillan, whether it was out in front or high ball for him. And since Adare have started to assert themselves more in those parts of the field, they've kind of cut off that supply route, and they've got themselves back into the lead.
Indeed, they are. Adare very much visibly buoyed by that opening quarter hour or so, as referee Johnny Murphy blows his whistle for us to restart. Adare were initially coming out of the blocks fast after that water break, but they slowed themselves down when they had seen that Patrickswell hadn't done the same. Just another mention of that Adare forward line and in the first half, Rafi. Charlie McCarthy has scored, wearing number 21. Brendan O'Connor has scored. Mark Connolly has now scored. The only one who hasn't scored, as far as I can see so far, is Sean Connolly, but he's been very industrious up to now. That's a good, solid Patrickswell 6 in the backs there, but they've been given the run around at times.
Yeah, good spread of scores, and I suppose, look, there's no one player that they have to focus on, because they're all capable of hurting you if they get time and space, and that's what they've been able to create, and deservingly have a 1 point lead as a result.
Yeah, we're going to restart here with a Brian Murray puck out after that water break. Murray now looking over that far side, goes short, and it's not gone to plan. It was straight to Paddy Maher, but the young half-back was unable to take control of it. That's going to be a sideline ball for Adare, and John Fitzgibbon coming up to take this one. Rafa maybe going a bit too intricate on that occasion.
Yeah, and it can when it works out, you can catch the other team and create that bit of space. But obviously, when it doesn't, you can put yourself in a bit of bother. Sideline cut here. We'll see how he goes with it,
Yeah, John Fitzgibbon is certainly a player who's well capable of putting this over the bar. The angle is a bit tricky. It's a good strike from John Fitzgibbon. It's gone to the left and wide though. And maybe a missed opportunity for Adare. They won't be too pushed by it though, as Brian Murray decides to go long this time, but there's 3 Adare men in the running for this one. Brilliant catch from Ronan Connolly. Looked to have been fouled by Thomas O'Brien. Referee Johnny Murphy says no. Gets the ball away to Willie Griffin, but his attempt to pass to Ronan Connolly is brilliantly intercepted by Kevin O'Brien. O'Brien going for a second point of the game. Under good pressure, it has to be said. Willie Griffin making up for his own mistake. Put the pressure on. Kevin O'Brien forced into a wide.
Willie got his pocket picked, but he was able to get back and intervene before he was able to, for the Patrickswell fella had a chance to slot it over. Good work.
And puck out from Brian Curtin straight down the middle. Dermot Burns is looking to win it, but Hannon picks up the loose ball. Good work from the Adare centre forward. Declan Hannon plays it back. It's a belt on him now. Dermot Burns has already been booked. This could be a bit of trouble for the Patrickswell centre back. It was a wild strike on Declan Hannon there, and Johnny Murphy looks like he's going to have a word. But Rafi mentioned in commentary early on when Diarmuid Byrnes got that yellow card, it's certainly going to be a stern talking to at least.
I put it to you this way: if he wasn't on a yellow already, you'd be asking yourself a question: is that a yellow? It's kind of the spirit of the law and the letter of the law, and I think he's going to avoid a second yellow here.
Yeah,
I suppose for the good of the game. So
the Adare fans, the small amount of fans left into the Gaelic grounds here, certainly disagree with that decision from referee Johnny Murphy. He's erred on the side of, maybe we'll call it a bit of sympathy for Diarmuid Byrnes in the early stage there. Either way, Willie Griffin with a chance to put Adare 2 points in front, just 45 or so metres out, straight in front. That's a fine strike by Willie Griffin yet again. It's good work from Adare, and they now lead 11 points to 1-6, just coming up to 20 minutes played.
Yeah, and again, fully deserving of it. They've started the better after the water break as well. They've applied the pressure to Patrickswell and have got the scores to show for it.
A trip there on the Patrickswell midfielder John Flynn. It's going to be a long range chance for the aforementioned Diarmuid Byrnes. His first strike on goal in this game, just inside his own 45, or just outside his own 65 I should say, and he's gained a yard or two as well. Don't forget he's hitting into, it may not look like a strong breeze on the pitch, but it's certainly the flags at the city end here at the LIT Gaelic grounds are blowing hard as Byrnes lines this one up. It's well within his compass. It's a fine strike from the Patrickswell centre back, and it does have the accuracy on this occasion. Good score from Diarmuid Byrnes, and Patrickswell reduce it to 1 yet again.
Yeah, no mistake for Diarmuid Byrnes there. Cracking finish.
Puck out from Brian Curtin. Restart's gone short to John Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon tried to flick it inside to Ronan Connolly. It was brilliantly intercepted by Patrick Kirby. Up Jack Kelleher hooked as he tried to get rid of that by Sean Connolly. Now it's David O'Mahony in possession. Not the best of hand passes, but his man finds Declan Hannon. Hannon does well to come through a few challenges, taking a bit of punishment in the early stages. Declan Hannon, as Ronan Connolly plays this one into Brendan O'Connor. O'Connor has given Nigel Foley a bit of a torrid time in the early stages there. The Adare men on the sideline looking for a free. But O'Connor does well to find Willie Griffin. An excellent 50-yard pass there. Chance for Willie Griffin. Excellent score yet again from Adare. And that forward unit is working superbly.
Well, the vision to pick that pass out, John, was superb. It's kind of one of those ones as coaches would be kind of throwing their hands up at, but skill to pull it off and finish. Unbelievable score. Yeah,
brilliant work yet again from the Adare forward line. O'Connor and Griffin linking up brilliantly as Shawnee O'Brien comes away with this one for Patrickswell. The game, it has to be said, being played at a furious pace as Galan goes up. Jody Hannon's covering in behind for Adare. He's got an option in Brian Curtin. He gives it to his goalie. Curtin now, will he go long or will he go short? Picks out a brilliant pass to John Fitzgibbon, who's on his own in the middle. Fitzgibbon will fancy his chances from this kind of distance. He's on his own 45-metre line. There was plenty more to spare in that one, and a fantastic score from the Adare midfielder.
He just unloaded on it, John. You could see him winding up when you were thinking, is it going to have the legs? And all of 80 metres. Great score.
Superb work from John Fitzgibbon here. And Patrickswell not at the races in the early stages here since the water break. They're looking on the attack again, but again Adare there. And Ronan Connolly plays this one in. Mark Connolly, his brother, has plenty of time and space here. Gets away from Shawnee O'Brien. He tried to take Shawnee O'Brien on. Shawnee O'Brien with the most cynical of cynical fouls. Whatever about the yellow card for Diarmuid Byrnes, that doesn't get much more cynical than that. Chance for Willie Griffin, and most certainly a card for Shawnee O'Brien.
Well, we can see the roof at Thomond Park about a half a mile up the road, John, and that tackle wouldn't have been out of place up there, to be honest with you. But free and a yellow card. Another chance for Adare to extend that lead out to 4 points, and fully deserving of it.
Yeah, it's a very tricky angle for Willie Griffin as Shawnee O'Brien showing that yellow card. But Mark Connolly, Rafi, you've mentioned it a couple of times, he's been a constant source of threat.
Yeah, and his energy has been unbelievable. He's been out in front every time, and not just out in front by a good bit. And he's causing serious problems in there for Patrickswell at the moment.
There's full forward line creating space for the ball in as Willie Griffin hits this one, and you may be able to hear it may be a small and paltry crowd from Adare's point of view, but they're full of voice as Willie Griffin puts them into a 4-point lead.
Yeah, 4-point lead and full value for it.
14 points to 1-7 in favour of this Adare side. Long strike this time from Brian Murray, and it goes to Kevin O'Brien and Cian Lynch into Patrick Kirby. Maybe a chance here. Kirby's going to have to tap that one over the bar. Brilliantly worked score, it has to be said, from this Patrickswell outfit. Good work from Kevin O'Brien initially onto Cian Lynch, and a fine finish from Kirby.
Yeah, that's more like it for Patrickswell, and they want to settle down and rattle off 2 or 3 more to kind of get themselves back into it. They haven't been at the races since the water break, but that'll settle some bit.
Long puck out again from Brian Curtin. Willie Griffin trying to break it, nearly broke it for Joe McSweeney, but it's found out for Patrickswell. Gillan tries to leave that one past him. John McSweeney now for Adare. He swings and misses. It was Aaron Gillan who picked him, and Aaron Gillan giving away a free. It might be a bit of a talking to Aaron Gillan, and just a needless kind of a flick. Nothing really in it, but a free nonetheless.
No, I think he's had a few little kind of, I would say, nibbles, but nothing really too serious. I'd say a warning, maybe a tick, and that'll be enough.
There actually is more from Johnny Murphy. He deems it hefty enough of a flick to warrant a yellow card for the Patrickswell number 14.
Probably an accumulation of smaller little incidents, I'd imagine.
It's a low one from Jody Hannon. It's not a great one. If they give this one quick, Jason Gillan is free, but Patrickswell unable to do anything as Willie Griffin comes away with this one. Head of Mark Carmody. Griffin with the strike. It's a fantastic strike from Willie Griffin. It's yet another score, and everything. He missed a couple in the early stages of Willie Griffin, but Raphael Rocky, his Raider, is well and truly on now.
Oh, he's on fire at the moment, John, and he's causing all sorts of problems again under pressure there from the Patrickswell defenders, and just had the presence of mind to slot it over from a tight angle out in the sideline. Yes,
absolutely sensational score there from the Adare number 13. It's Adare in possession again with Ronan Connolly. He's got John Fitzgibbon in space. Fitzgibbon, he's got one with his right moments ago. This one looks to be dropping short and dropping just to the right and wide. And maybe Fitzgibbon, he'd scored one from nearly 100 yards moments before. You don't really blame him for having a pop from there.
No, I mean, look, we've 25 minutes gone, and Adare have 15 points. Like 15 scores in 25 minutes is some going, and you know they've wrestled all the momentum, the early momentum the Patrickswell would have had back. And they're looking really well.
Yeah, plenty to ponder for Kieran Carey and his backroom side as we approach half-time. 25 minutes gone at the LAT Gaelic grounds, and it's Adare leading 15 points to 1-8 as Patrick Kirby in possession. Kirby with the shot. This one's off target though. Good chance to reduce the deficit in that occasion. That's his first wide out of 3 shots, 2 points before that.
Yeah, first wide, but again, Patrickswell just haven't settled. They look a bit, they just not firing. A good opening, but they just haven't settled. And I said they wouldn't want the Adare tipping on too much more ahead. I think, what is it? It's 4 points at the moment. You know, if it was 5 or 6 points, you'd say they could be under a bit of pressure here.
Yeah, Adare having an outstanding opening first 25 minutes here as Brian Curtin goes along with this one straight down the middle. He's looking for Declan Haney. He's going to be met by Dermot Burns, and is he met by Dermot Burns? Burns on the run. He's got Tommy O'Brien in space. O'Brien, he's got Burns on his right shoulder. He's got Patrick Kirby on his left. He decided to go on his own, did Tommy O'Brien on that occasion. It's gone to the left and wide. And one feature, certainly since the restart, Raf, has been Patrickswell's decision making. Just hasn't been there.
No, it just hasn't been there. But if you look at there again, Adare were hassling, harrying. They weren't giving up. Even balls that looked like they were lost, they were still getting lads in on the chase and doing very, very well from a defensive point of view.
John Fitzgibbon with this low one in. Good work this time in the full back line there, and it's going to be easily cleared straight down in front of Tommy O'Brien, but the ball doesn't go into possession. It's Mark Carmody's clearance, and it's going to be a sideline ball for Adare here down in front of us, right on halfway. It's going to be John Fitzgibbon to come out and take this one again. He'd a shot shy, I should say, 35 or so metres out earlier on in this half. This one though suits his angle better, the way he cuts across the ball, but he's a fair distance out, but he is capable of putting this one over, Raf.
Absolutely he is, yeah. Another opportunity to extend that lead, but I'd say it's probably just a bit outside his range. He'd be looking to drop this in short. Connolly might be a target, or Griffin.
It's a fine strike from Fitzgibbon. Lands around the 14. Patrickswell are there in numbers. It should come away with it. It's Nigel Foley in possession. He flicks it. It's a poor one though. It's intercepted by Brendan O'Connor. He's got a man inside. Opts to go back outside to Willie Griffin. Stepped over the sideline according to the linesman Jonathan Hayes, and it's going to be a sideline ball for Patrickswell. It's going to be Mark Carmody to come out and take this one. Just coming up to half time here. 4 point lead for it there, and full value for it. Willie Griffin having an outstanding opening half so far for Brian Foley's side as Mark Carmody prepares to hit this. It's a good strike again, straight down the middle. Intercepted by Joe McSweeney now, and possession for Charlie McCarthy. Plays it, but it's intercepted, well intercepted by John Flynn. But again, Charlie McCarthy's work rate sees it there. Come up with possession for Joe McSweeney. The hand pass doesn't go to Plandon. It's now John Flynn into Kevin O'Brien. O'Brien has Patrick Kirby in front of him. He's got Cian Lynch as well on his right. He goes in his own. Kevin O'Brien with the pass. It's Kirby again. He's missed one from here moments ago. Plays across. Chance for a goal, and it's not taken. Jason Gillan had more time than he realised there. He could have caught it and had the easiest of chances to flick it out from just the edge of the square. He went first time, and it's over the bar. Brilliant chance.
It just wasn't the connection he was hoping for. He kind of only half met it, which just deflected it over the bar, but he had time to catch that and put it into an empty net if he wanted to, but just unlucky with the finish.
They will take the 3-point deficit because of that, though, will Patrickswell. It's 15 points to 1-9, but a free given away straight away from the puck out. And that's the kind of thing, Raf, as you know full well, that'll drive Kieran Carey nuts. Yeah,
a cheap free, really, to be honest with you, and more than likely another score for Adare. No need to foul him. He wasn't in position. Had just turned and we're both chasing down the ball. So yeah, that's a cheap chance given away.
That's Willie Griffin now with another chance, just over 45 metres out from goal. Not too much of an acute angle either, and a big chance for the Adare number 13 to add to his tally. Hits the post but goes over, and that's the important thing from Adare's point of view. Another well taken free from Willie Griffin. 16 points to 1-9 in the late stages of this first half, Raf, and we've said it multiple times in commentary so far, you can't give Willie Griffin them type of opportunities.
No, you can't, and I suppose that would have been, like we said, what was most infuriating about the concession of that free. But I just have to compliment Adare's work rate, John. They've been superb all around the field, and they're making Patrickswell work extremely hard for their chances.
Further example of Raf's point there, as that clearance goes right over the sideline, and it's going to be a sideline ball for David O'Mahony on that far side. John Fitzgibbon was looking to come back and take that one, but I think even this, just from his own 45, although he scored a point from there early on, I don't think the sideline cut warrants an attempt as O'Mahony. Well, maybe he should have, because O'Mahony's just hit that straight back over the sideline. Not his best effort from David O'Mahony, and then just looking at John Fitzgibbon, maybe cursing his fellow Adare teammate after that one. But either way now, chance for Patrickswell. Now this one is in the scoreable position. That's Jack Kelleher to take that one. It's a low one from Kelleher into Tommy O'Brien. Good work though from John McSweeney, and comes to Ronan Connolly and Jody Hannon. Low one from Jody Hannon into his brother Declan. Low one from Declan Hannon to Brendan O'Connor. O'Connor from just outside his own 65. Great shot from Brendan O'Connor. It's come out a virtual mile to hit that one, and it's Adare go 5 points in front.
Yeah, and they've been able to keep Patrickswell at that kind of arm's length of 4 or 5 points, and Patrickswell, I suppose, have just not settled into the game, and that's half time. Yeah, half time whistle blows here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. A mightily impressive opening half hour from Brian Foley's Adare side. 17 points to 1-9 the lead, Raf. And it's pretty much a flawless first half performance from Adare, but Patrickswell will be absolutely livid, especially since the water break. Started well, had Aaron Gillan on the ball. We saw the goal, we saw the scores he'd gotten prior to that. He was getting high ball, he was coming out in front, and then, as they started to lose the middle third here, that supply route was gone, and they started to pick up possession and pick up scores. And I suppose since that has kind of happened, they've really been the dominant force of the two, and the scoreboard reflects that. Maybe a shock in the offing here in the first round of the Bon Secours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. And it's Patrickswell trailing Adare 17 points to 1-9. Join us for the second half shortly.
Welcome back to the LIT Gaelic Grounds for the second half of the Spon Secures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship. Round 1 clash between Patrickswell and Adare, and surprisingly to some anyway, it's Adare that lead 17 points to 1-9 at the end of the first half. And Raphael Roque in commentary with me here. A lot of people wouldn't have expected this performance from Adare, or maybe from Patrickswell, but they're full value for the 5-point lead.
Yeah, fully value for it, and Adare look like they expected it because they don't seem to be. They weren't overawed by Patrickswell or the challenge that lay ahead of them, and they've really given them no time to settle. And like you said, fully deserving of that lead. And look, we'll see if Patrickswell can hit the ground running in the early stage of the second half.
It's Jack Keller now in possession, hand passed by Tommy O'Brien to Diarmaid Burns. Left-sided shot from Diarmaid Burns is going to drop short. Tricky enough one for Brian Curtin, but he deals with that like he's dealt with everything else this afternoon or this evening so far. But full of confidence as Joe McSweeney plays this one. It's a good ball from Mark Connolly, and Connolly's on the run now. He's got Declan Hannon, chance to put him 6 points in front, and that's exactly what Declan Hannon does. Third point of this evening's game for Declan Hannon. But again, Raf, we've mentioned it several times, Mark Connolly in oceans of space.
Oceans of space, and I suppose look, that's just a microcosm of how the game has panned out. Diarmaid Burns with a chance here that just he didn't hit it at all, and hadn't, Adare come down the field, create the space, create the chance over the bar. The difference.
Patrick Kirby now in response for Patrickswell, and it's off his left hand side. He's missed a couple now off his left hand side, and that's a poor wide in response for Patrickswell, and one that Patrick Kirby will be very disappointed with.
Yeah, and look, it's only a minute into the second half, but Adare looked to have picked up where they left off in the first.
Just a quick stoppage here as John Fitzgibbon was about to get attention, but he's run whatever problem he has off, and Brian Curtin will restart with a puck out. Good movement here in front of us by Charlie McCarthy, and that's exactly where he's aiming. This Charlie McCarthy and Paddy Maher. Maher breaks it down for Kevin O'Brien, but O'Brien again, great work from Adare, and Joe McSweeney in particular this time plays this one in through the middle to Willie Griffin. Griffin lets this one half go past him. Chance here, brilliant work from Tom Nolan initially. Nolan has it again. Can he come out? He's done brilliantly well as the Patrickswell corner back on that occasion, Raf, but again it highlights the danger and what Nolan needed to do there to stop Adare's attack. Yeah,
he was under serious pressure there. He seemed to be trying to stop him on his own, but did well to win the free. And had Adare created a goal chance there, you'd be Patrickswell could have been in trouble.
Yeah, long range one here for Diarmaid Burns, just around the 45 metre line. There's no line made out here on the pitch at the LIT Gaelic Grounds, but Burns has the aid of a breeze and stiffened during half time. It's going to have plenty of legs on this one, but does it? Just drops to the right hand side as wide. Big loud call from Brian Curtin. Told his players to leave that one alone as it was travelling to the right and wide, but one that Diarmaid Burns will expect to score, Raf.
Yeah, and look, he's had 2 wides I think now in the start of the second half, and just looks like a fella who hasn't settled.
Puck out there to Brendan O'Connor, and his work from the puckouts has been exemplary for Adare in this game so far as Ronan Connolly takes possession. It's a low one into Willie Griffin up against Sean O'Brien. Much tighter from Sean O'Brien, but Griffin's got away. He's got options. One of them is Declan Hannon. Referee Johnny Murphy plays advantage, and another superb finish from Willie Griffin. That brings his tally up to 10 points from the game, Raf, and there's going to be another talking to here. I think it's Nigel Foley that Johnny Murphy is calling aside here, and the cards are coming up for Patrickswell, but Nigel Foley's been booked already, I think. So again, another let-off. Or is he booking him? No, he's booking him this time. I think Johnny Murphy thought he may have booked him already. Was giving him the benefit of the doubt. Either way, another point for Willie Griffin.
Yeah, Willie Griffin just again speed out in front. As soon as he turned his man, gone through, took a crack, but was still able to put it over the bar.
Chance immediately from Patrickswell, and that's Jack Kelleher with an excellent shot. Brilliant response from the Patrickswell number 10. It's his second of this evening's contest, Raf, and that's the kind of play that Patrickswell need to get back into this game.
Absolutely, John. They need plenty more of it.
Yeah, just a worry here for Patrickswell as we're taking note of that score. It's Aaron Gillan that's limping around. He says he's fine to the Patrickswell physio Liam Mulcahy. He's telling someone else he's okay too. It looks to be a hand injury, and of course in the lead up to this game, Aaron Gillan, for one of Patrickswell's challenge games in the lead up to this first round clash, was wearing a boot, so he does have a couple of injury problems heading into this game. Something Raph will have to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and look, from the opening half we didn't see any indication. I think that's more of an impact from tonight's game. I don't think it's anything that has been pre-existing, if you will. I think he just took a bit of a belt.
6 points between the sides. Adare 19 points, Patrickswell 110. the early stages of this second half, just coming up to 4.5 minutes played as Tommy O'Brien over on the far side at the LIT Gaelic grounds goes on a good run, finds Cian Lynch, a noticeably quiet Cian Lynch in that first half. Patrickswell will certainly need more from him to get back into this contest. Back to Tommy O'Brien. He's got a bit of room in front. He opts to go run. He's got a hand pass inside. It's looking for Jason Gillan. The hand pass isn't good though. It was Aaron Gillan in fact on the run. And Jody Hannon takes the safety first option, and a needless foul from Aaron Gillan. And you would argue on another day that could be a card. There's plenty of Adare fans calling for a card. Nothing really wrong with Aaron Gillan in their view, but they'd have more of a chance of winning if he certainly wasn't on the field. He does seem to be struggling over there though, Raf, but another needless foul.
Nerdiness foul and a very unsympathetic hand pass, really gave him no chance to take control of the ball. And I think just a bit of frustration from that boiled over.
Brendan O'Connor breaks this one down as well as Sean Connolly. Connolly does well to win it. Has options behind us. John Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon plays it low. Pretty aimless one. Away come Patrickswell. But good work at centre back there from Ronan Connolly. It's Declan Hannon. Connolly takes it off his more experienced teammate. Hand passes outside. Shooting chance for Sean Connolly. Connolly with this one. Doesn't seem to be on target though. It's tail to the right and wide. And Brian Murray anxious to take this puck out quick. He does exactly that to Sean O'Brien. O'Brien has options in front of him, decides to go long. It's a pretty aimless one from Sean O'Brien. And there's going to be a free here. It's a harsh enough one from my view here anyway. Referee Johnny Murphy judging that David O'Mahony used his arm to hold off Patrick Kirby. Might be harsh from my point of view, Raf, but he's making a strong defence of his decision anyway.
No, I agree with you on that one, John. Looked like to be just a normal tussle for the ball. I didn't see anything too untoward in it, and I suppose it's all doesn't really matter now. Chance for Patrickswell and for Aaron Gillan.
We'll see Aaron Gillan's fitness. He seems to be carrying a hand injury the last few minutes. We'll know a bit more with this strike. The strike is good though, but has a tail to the left. It looked for a moment that it had, but the umpires are going for the white flag. That's a much needed point for Patrickswell. 19 points in favour of Adare to Patrickswell's 111, and they needed that one, Raf.
Absolutely, they needed it. Yeah, I was waiting for the umpire to come around and put the flag up because I wasn't sure, but fine score eventually, and cuts the deficit again.
It's Adare on the attack straight away yet again here. It's Willie Griffin in time and space. Griffin coming back off his left side. That would be some score from Willie Griffin. That's exactly what he's done. And whatever championships you're watching over the weekend, whatever county it's in, and whether it's inter-county in a couple of months, you're not going to see too many better than that.
No, he's been the player of the match so far, and look, he's caused huge problems for Patrickswell inside there, and 20 points now for Adare. Fine tally after 37 minutes.
Yeah, excellent work as Patrickswell look to respond again. It's a good strike from John Flynn. It's right over the black spot, and Patrickswell, at least from their point of view so far in this half, Raf, everything Adare have come with, they've answered, but they still trail.
Yeah, look, they've kind of went blow for blow with them in the second half, but they're going to have to do something to try and eat back into this lead, and you'd imagine that a goal is what they'll be looking for.
That's exactly what they might need at this stage. There's plenty of time for Tom Nolan in defence here though. It's been a rare chance for him to have a bit of time and space to get rid of the ball into Cian Lynch. Lynch strikes. Looking for Jack Keller. It hasn't gone anywhere near him. Patrick Kirby was going up on that occasion, in fact, and Jack Fitzgerald has it. He's going to go long. He's going to go long looking for Charlie McCarthy inside. It's not. It's Willie Griffin again. Sorry. And Paddy Maher has it for Patrickswell. Flicks it low. Finds a good turn from Jack Keller, and Kelleher now running into space. He's got time and space in front of him now. Shooting chance. He decides to drop it in and around the square. It's Aaron Gillan up. Gillan doesn't have it to hand. He's got his brother Jason outside. Aaron Gillan goes for it himself. Is that one on target? The umpires say it is. There's going to be a discussion about this one, certainly. The umpire wasn't in the best of positions there, and Brian Foley is certainly leading the protest from here, from our current commentary box. He's looking up at us. We can't confirm as of yet. I think the score has been given either way so far, so yeah, it's a point for Patrickswell.
Yeah, it looked like it just crept inside the post, John.
Yeah, we've confirmation of that here. And looking back at our replays here, it's a point either way for Patrickswell. Johnny Murphy is going in to have a chat with his umpires though. Just waiting to see what call is made here anyway.
I think we might have had an intervention from the sideline, from the linesman, John. This could be chopped off.
Conversation between the referee and his two umpires at the moment. We're waiting to see if that score will be given. It's the Adare goalkeeper that's going to receive a bit of attention here from the referee. Obviously wasn't happy with the decision to award that point, and he's made his feelings known to the two umpires behind. He's going to receive a yellow card from it by the looks of things here. Either way, the point has been given now, and we're back to a 4-point game. Much needed scores from Patrickswell, but it's Adare that lead 20 points to 113 after 40 minutes played. The Spon Secures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship first round clash, live here on Limerick GAA TV in association with the Kirby Group. Brian Curtin gets ready to take this puck out. Goes long to the near side. Charlie McCarthy is up for this one. And behind him is Sean Connolly, but Dermot Burns played the waiting game and got lucky. We got more than lucky. It was good work from the Patrickswell centre back. Played long in towards Gillan. Excellent catch from Gillan. Gets the ball away. Doesn't go to hand to Patrick Kirby. It goes straight to John Flindo. He's got Aaron Gillan as outside. Left-handed shot from Aaron Gillan. Looks good from our angle here. There's no doubting that one. Brilliant score by Aaron Gillan. And Rafi's just starting to catch a bit of fire.
Yeah, Patrickswell now starting to win the bit of the arm wrestles around the middle of the field and starting to close the gap. Only 3 points now, and slowly but surely they're starting to work themselves. But again, cheap free, needless, and a chance for Adare to extend it out to 4.
Yeah, another needless foul from Patrickswell, and Kieran Carey will surely be tearing his hair out over on that far side. And Tal O'Grady certainly isn't happy with the Patrickswells. But the amount of frees that Patrickswell are giving away gives Willie Griffin another chance here to add to his ever-growing total. He's well into double figures at this stage, is the Adare number 13. But he's into a stiff enough breeze with this one, just inside the Patrickswell 65, just about, not even a metre inside, but well within his compass for the Adare number 13. Having an absolutely excellent game is Griffin. Solid strike from Willie Griffin, and over the bar it goes yet again. Brilliant score from Willie Griffin. 21 points now for Adare. Patrickswell 114.
Yeah, fine score from Willie Griffin there, and I suppose look just down to 4 points again now. But Patrickswell look to have a bit more fire in their bellies than they did in the first half.
Yeah, it's Aaron Gillan or Jason Gillan with a chance now. He's let the ball off Patrick Kirby, left-handed. Kirby with the shot, that's gone over the bar. Instant response yet again from Patrickswell, and a 3rd point for Patrick Kirby.
Yeah, just a kind of a half opening for a goal there, John, with 2 of them bearing down on goal, but decided to take the point, and probably the wise decision at the end of the day.
Back to a 3-point game yet again as Brian Curtin plays this one. Arrows it into Declan Hannon. Hannon switches play. John Fitzgibbon under pressure from Cian Lynch. Fitzgibbon switches sides again. This time his forwards weren't on the same wavelength, and Patrickswell come away with it. It's Dermot Burns in possession. Good work from Nigel Foley initially. Burns plays this one low along the side. It's Kirby again. 2nd point in a row for Patrick Kirby, is it? Yeah. No, it's not. Right. It's gone to the right and wide, and they're the type of chances that Patrickswell may come to rue at the end of this game. We're coming up to 13 minutes played of the second half, and it's Adare still in control with a 3-point lead. 21 points to 115. This puck up from Brian Curtin has gone into space. Dermot Burns is there reading it well again. Burns has plenty of time. He goes for his own score. It's a fine strike from Dermot Burns. Does it have the accuracy this time? It doesn't. Hits off the post. Flicked away from danger by Jody Hannon. He's been chased down by Kevin O'Brien. 50-50 ball, and yet another needless foul. Jody Hannon was under severe pressure, and a lack of discipline from Kevin O'Brien certainly lets Jody Hannon off the hook.
I suppose, look, even just let him win it if you had to, and bottle him up or make him work to get out of the corner. Now it's an easy exit for Adare and a chance to launch an attack. But I think Patrickswell will definitely be happier with their opening 13 minutes of this half than they would be in the first half. They're a different side, but still they have a bit of work to do.
Yeah, slow start to the second half, but they've really picked it up a few notches now as Dermot Burns goes on the attack. Burns with the hand pass, didn't look with that one. May get lucky with it as Tommy O'Brien picks up possession for Patrickswell. So O'Brien on the charge, has a man outside, and that man's Jason Gillan. Chance for Jason Gillan, he didn't hit that one at all well, and it's tailed to the left and wide. And Jason Gillan visibly kicking himself after that poor chance. Someone of his talents should surely be putting that one over.
Yeah, and I suppose, look, if you look at some of the chances that Patrickswell have had, not uncharacteristic misses and just not under pressure for some of them, could back to bite them at the end of this one.
Puck out one, 50-50 ball, goes in favour of Declan Hannon. He's got time and space. Ronan Connolly right from midfield. Ronan Connolly with the shot. Is that one on target? Brian Murray's body language will tell you it definitely is. Excellent score from the Adare centre back. Puts them 4 points clear again.
Yeah, and it's a lot tighter this second half between the two sides. Adare still with that 4-point lead, but Patrickswell well in it. I think if they do get a goal, we'll see a very good last 15 minutes of this one.
Good work from David Connolly there, taking no chances, just gets a flick away from danger. It is going to be a sideline ball for Patrickswell. It's John Flynn going over to take that. In fact, it's Jack Keller now. Jack Keller is a bit of an expert at sideline cuts. We've seen him many times over the years, put them over from just about this range. He's certainly been very deliberate by the way he's placing the ball. Anyway, Jack Keller, Patrickswell needs something of an inspiration. It's an excellent cut from the Patrickswell number 10, and as I mentioned in commentary, he's well capable of putting them over, and that's exactly what he's done from there. Superb from the Patrickswell number 10.
What a score, John. That's as true a sideline cut as you'll see from below us here in the stand, and straight over the bar. Great score.
22 points in favour of Adare to Patrickswell's 116. An absolute cracker of a game to open up the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship as Cian Lynch intercepts here. Chance for Lynch. He decides to go on with it. Lynch now has a shooting chance. He won't miss from there. Excellent work from the Patrickswell number 9 and captain, number 8 and captain, I should say. And Cian Lynch, much needed for introduction or intervention from Cian.
Yeah, and I suppose he has been quiet in the general scheme of things, with the fine intervention there. Great score, back to 2 points, and Patrickswell slowly closing the gap. Yeah,
just 2 points between the sides yet again here as David O'Mahony comes away with possession for Adare. He's on the run against Mark Carmody. David O'Mahony still going. He's got Willie Griffin. He takes out Willie Griffin and makes it very easy for Mark Carmody to pick up. He's got Shawnee O'Brien in front of him. O'Brien, time and space for the Patrickswell cornerback. He goes to switch play. There's only one man inside. Usually it's enough as Aaron Gillan goes up on his own against David Connolly. It's Connolly putting Gillan under pressure. He recycles the play back out, picks out a brilliant pass to John Flynn. Jack Keller, in fact, to Jason Gillan. It's still a poor shot from Jason Gillan. That's 2 in a row from Jason Gillan now. He will not be happy with his return in the last 5 minutes or so. And Raf, maybe it's time now for Patrickswell, even though it's only a 2-point game now, to start looking at their bench a bit maybe.
Yeah, I suppose, look, they probably won't panic for the first maybe 5 minutes after the water break either. They've managed to claw themselves back into contention. Only 2 points behind at this stage. They might give another maybe 5 or 6 minutes, and you might see the subs coming on then with 10 minutes to go. But they'll definitely be, Kieran Carey will definitely be happier than he would have been prior to this with the performance.
We did see in the water break in the first half, Adare came straight out of the traps. Boyd going into that. Patrickswell will be looking for a similar response from their charges this time around. Yeah,
absolutely. And look, they have closed the gap. It is back to 2 points. They have improved, but you still just feel that they're not hitting top gear. That they for all the good work they'll do, they'll still come up and you'll see 2 or 3 kind of bad wides, as you'll put them, ball dropping short, ball dropping well wide left and right. So I suppose, look, they will be happier, but there's still a whole lot more in that team, and they know that there's a lot more improvement in them.
Yeah, of course, defending champions Patrickswell, winning their 20th Daily Cup last year, of course, with that final victory over Nipirsh. Of course, one of the players that is missing for them, and he has proven to be a big loss today, is Josh Considine. Of course, didn't play in the under 21s the weekend. They could do with him at the moment, but Adare on the other side, missing the likes of James Gann as well, and as well as Mike Mackey, who isn't available for this game. So both sides, and obviously Wayne McNamara's overseas at the moment, so he's not available. So you just have to be impressed by what Adare have brought to the table so far.
Yeah, they've been excellent, and like I said, they've, despite the lead being cut, they've still they've hung on, they've fought, they've made nothing easy for Patrickswell, made them work for everything. And I think, and I know we said there a while ago that a lot of Patrickswell wides and scores and balls dropping short, a lot of them have been under pressure too, and I think Adare have really had a superb work rate throughout. Attitude has been bang on. We'll just see if it'll be enough to get them through the last 15 minutes.
Much of Adare's charge, of course, led by Willie Griffin. An absolutely outstanding performance from corner forward days, given both Shawnee O'Brien and Tom Nolan torrid time in that full forward line. He's 12 points to his name so far, does Griffin. Truly remarkable performance. He was ably backed up by Brendan O'Connor and Mark Connolly, albeit much quieter in the second half as Mark Connolly. The same kind of ball isn't going into them. And of course, Declan Hannon with 3 points for Adare as well. Aaron Gillan leading the charge for Patrickswell as we get ready to restart here. We'll restart with a Brian Curtin Cup puck out. Just as I mentioned, 22 points in favour of Adare, 117 to Patrickswell as we head into the final quarter of the Sponsecures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship first round clash on Limerick GA TV, brought to you in association with the Kirby Group, as John Fitzgibbon now plays this one in low, and it's a chance here. There's plenty of time and space for Sean Connolly. Shooting chance for Connolly, decides to flick it across. He was looking for Declan Hannon. There may have been a goal in the offing for Adare, just the pass was too high for the onrushing Hannon, and Patrickswell managed to clear with Mark Carmody. Carmody goes long. It's looking for Gillan up there. There's two on him. David Connolly does well, but Aaron Gillan catch a goal chance here. Gillan, can he finish off the post and into the back of the net? Stunning goal from Aaron Gillan, and yet again the long delivery works once more. In the first half it was Keane Lynch. This time it's Mark Carmody. Gillan goes up, beats David Connolly to it, but what a rasper of a finish, ref. 22 points to 217 now in favour of Patrickswell, who've taken a 1 point lead. It might be just exactly what they needed heading into the final quarter. We mentioned how important things are after the restart, and as Patrickswell will have done it, but Adare aren't giving up just yet. There's only a point in it. Declan Hannon to level it here, and that's exactly what Declan Hannon has done. 4th point of this evening's game from Declan Hannon, and just what Adare needed in response to that goal. Yeah, excellent work here, Patrickswell, but the hand pass from Nigel Foley doesn't go to hand. Willie Griffin takes the shot on. Is this the lead for Adare yet again? Indeed it is. Point number 13 for Willie Griffin, and what a response by Adare in concession to that goal. 2 quick fire points put them back in front. Yeah, stunning stuff from Willie Griffin. 13 points in total, and during the under-21s we saw Garth Spillane man Dylan O'Shea scoring 18 points here on Sunday. That was after extra time. Willie Griffin has 13 so far. He's heading towards that target at the moment. As another free for Adare here as they make their first sub of the game. It's Frank Costello about to come in. Just waiting to see who's coming off here. I think it could be Charlie McCarthy, who's leaving for seasons. Indeed it is Charlie McCarthy. Got an early point, put in Trojan work for his side's cause in this contest, but he's now been replaced by Frank Costello wearing number 20 on the Adare side as John Fitzgibbon launches this one in and around the square. It's a fine strike from Fitzgibbon, but it's dropping short. It's not caught by Dermot Burns there. He pats it down, but Carmody has it for Patrickswell, flicks it away. He's been fouled though. It's going to be a free out for Patrickswell, and they're in no rush to take it, Raf, but you know, we have to mention again what a response by Adare to the concession of that goal. A lot of teams' heads would have dropped, and I mentioned in first half commentary in the past number of years, Adare are the type of team that their heads have dropped with that, but maybe we're looking at a different Adare this year. Yeah, it's Patrickswell on the attack again, but Ronan Connolly mops up for Adare. The pass doesn't go to hand though. It does indeed go to hand to Mark Connolly. I don't think he was his intended target. John Fitzgibbon now, he's got Mark Connolly in space. In fact, it's Sean Connolly in space up there. Flick it early by Sean O'Brien. He's gotten away with it, but Connolly has the pace to beat him. Connolly now with the shot. Sean Connolly, is this one over the bar? Doesn't look good from our angle. It's gone to the right and wide on this occasion as Brian Murray doesn't mess around. He puts this one long as you want down in front of Gillan. Well met by the Patrickswell players. Kevin O'Brien on the run now. O'Brien with the shot. It's another goal for Patrickswell. Kevin O'Brien in typical fashion racing onto the loose ball, and that's a huge moment in this game as Patrickswell go in front yet again. Two-point lead now for Patrickswell after that goal, and they'll be very disappointed. Certainly the concession of that one, whatever about the previous two, as they go on the attack again. It's Jack Keller. Lovely strike from Keller. There's another chance of a goal here. Aaron Gillan on that occasion tried to flick it down to himself, maybe just that bit high to try and catch it, because I'd say he would have caught it if he could, but there's a few holes starting to open up in that defence. The 50-50 ball will go in Adare's favour now. It's Jody Hannon with a bit of space. Plays an easy enough ball to Ronan Connolly. Connolly goes straight down the middle. And this is one thing that Adare aren't doing in the second half up to now. It's Sean Connolly in possession. We'll get back to that point as Willie Griffin goes for number 14. He's brilliantly hooked on that occasion by a combination of John Flynn and Paddy Maher. It's Flynn in possession now. Flynn, brilliant block though from Willie Griffin, not giving up the chase. Another bit of good work from him after initially being hooked. But it's Patrickswell as we head into the final 8 minutes, Raf. It's the Wells game to lose, maybe.
Stage now, look, 2 points, and considering the momentum that they've had, it seems to be that definitely Patrickswell have the momentum now. But don't ride out of there yet. They're still capable of creating something.
Yeah, Patrickswell in absolutely no rush to take this sideline cut either as Jack Keller lines it up. Switches played as Keller, another fine cut. It's going to be favourite for McSweeney there, but it's fallen to Jason Gillan. Gillan now, is he fouled by Joe McSweeney? He's not, and Ronan Connolly plays this one. A chance for Declan Hannon off his left hand side into Frank Costello. Good touch from Costello, turns Nigel Foley, half loses possession, wins it back fairly quickly now, and it's Frank Costello. Good turn from the Adare substitute here. He's looking for some help in there. He flicks it across. It's not the best of balls in, and a chance to clear for Patrickswell, and they do so with ease, but should fall to an Adare man. Keane Lynch doing his best. Lynch has done brilliantly to win that ahead of Joe McSweeney. He sees options there with Kevin O'Brien and Gillan. Gillan leaves it for O'Brien. Goal chance here for Patrickswell. O'Brien opts to go for the point, and that's exactly what he's gotten. Again, Keane Lynch instrumental in that one. Good work from Gillan as well to leave the ball off, and Kevin O'Brien makes no mistake. Fine finish.
Fine finish, and again you're seeing the kind of the half gaps in that in the Adare defence now, John. Again, I'd say if Patrickswell needed a goal there was one if they wanted to go for it, but they're taking their scores, taking the points, and like I said, it's now Adare that are having to do with the chasing.
Puck out now for Brian Curtin. Goes straight down the middle with this one. There's Curtin looking for Brendan O'Connor and Declan Hannon on the break, but Paddy Maher's done well to intercept, and Tommy O'Brien in space. O'Brien, he's gone for this one. Tommy O'Brien, he's well capable of putting it over, and that's exactly what is done. Excellent score from Tommy O'Brien, his own 65, and Patrickswell's class is starting to come through a little bit now. Yeah,
and like we said, they're just starting to find their rhythm. They might have left it late, 3/4 way in, but they've done it now, and they seem to be the team in control.
4-point lead for Kieran Carey's men at the moment, as this one is taken well by Joe McSweeney. McSweeney has time and space. Puts a low one in front of Sean Connolly. It's well defended again back there from Patrickswell, and it goes all the way back from Paddy Maher to Brian Murray. Murray has Dermot Burns, and it just all them passes that weren't going to hand in the first half have started to now as Jack Kelleher launches this one straight down the middle, looking for Aaron Gillan. A tussle with David Connolly. Connolly's come up with this one. Good work from the Adare number 2. It always hasn't been his day at times at the LIT Gaelic grounds tonight as Joe McSweeney comes out, plays it low to David O'Mahony. O'Mahony plays a low one straight down to Frank Costello. Costello's got Willie Griffin outside. He goes himself, does Frank Costello. It's an excellent bit of work from the Adare substitute. 3-point game all of a sudden yet again.
Yep, 3-point game, and look, Adare just hanging on in there, and you'd be if you're them, you're just looking to create that goal chance or to get some opportunity to draw level.
Another substitute for Adare. It's Cian Sparling in. Just waiting to see who's coming off. It's going to be Sean Connolly departing the action here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. 3-19 in favour of Patrickswell to Adare's 25 points. 3-point game. As Brian Murray launches one, it's going to drop around the semicircle. There's been a push in the back by Aaron Gillan, and it's going to be a free out to Adare. It's going to be Ronan Connolly to take this one. He's looking at options in front of him. One of them is Cian Sparling, the just recently introduced substitute. Connolly goes to the opposite side, and it's a good run from Frank Costello, who just scored. Costello tries to flick it on. It's good work from Nigel Foley though, and Cian Lynch picks up the loose ball after Nigel Foley's booty clearance. Lynch plays it inside. Kevin O'Brien, shooting chance for Kevin O'Brien. Off balance as he hit it though, and it should be mopped up by David Connolly. That's exactly what he does. He's got plenty of options in front of him. Plays the short one to Jody Hannon. Hannon will look for Frank Costello. It's a poor one from Hannon. A chance now for Carmody. Carmody's well capable of putting this one over the bar. Has he done so? Looks to be good from here. Excellent work from Mark Carmody. And just a slight little mistake that's been punished, Raf, and punished to the full.
Yeah, punished to the full, and it's back to a 4-point lead now, and Adare are going to need a goal. I can't see how they're going to peg this back with the time that's left, so we'll have to see some sort of a goal chance or an opportunity for them.
It's David O'Mahony on the run. He's been fouled. Johnny Murphy says he was held. I think he was held by Paddy Maher on this stage, and Willie Griffin looking for number 14 as he comes out to take this one. Just over 3 minutes, or over 2.5 minutes to play on the official clock here at the LAT Gaelic Grounds, but there'll be more than that given the water break and a couple of stoppages as well. It's Griffin, a much needed point for Adare, and that's exactly what he's delivered. 14 points for Willie Griffin. It's 26 for Adare. 58 minutes on the clock. Brian Murray gets us back underway here. Goes straight down the middle again, looking for Aaron Gallant. It's flicked on. That's Gallant, that has it. Just doesn't get it up first time. Aaron Gallant, after his brother Jason flicked it on. He's gone all the way around as Aaron Gallant for that one. And the umpires questioning themselves again, and he's given another point here. They're about to introduce another substitute here. Point has certainly been given. It's another one for Aaron Gallant, right over his shoulder yet again, Raf, and you can't really count for that class.
No, absolutely not. The old umpire down here this end is happy to make us wait for the decision, so I didn't know if he was going for the flag or not, but point for Patrickswell, and they have wrestled control of it in the final quarter of this match.
Sean Hogan is on the pitch for Adare wearing number 9. He was scheduled to start, was Hogan, but he's only coming on to the field now, and as Cian Lynch goes through and goal for Patrickswell. They're really purring at the moment. Goal chance here. He's giving it to Gallant. Shooting chance for Jason Gallant. Isn't it? Brilliant save by Brian Curtin. Excellent work from the Adare goalkeeper. Point blank save as he came out to meet Aaron Gallant. But Patrickswell still have it with Patrick Kirby. Excellent shot from Patrick Kirby. Is this one over the bar? Indeed it is, despite Brian Curtin's protestations there. Excellent score. And it's another one for Patrick Kirby. A very good performance in his first senior season, his first senior championship game, Raf. And it's a superb performance.
Yeah, superb performance. Another fine score. And like we said, I think Patrickswell, since they have taken back that momentum, they've managed to just keep it there at arm's length and not let them close the gap. And I suppose we have to remember too, these are the champions. They have that experience of winning this competition last year. And I think that's what you've really seen come to fruition in the final quarter of this match.
Brian Curtin could be in a bit of trouble here. He's already been booked. The last 2 Patrickswell points, and that's it. That's the end of Brian Curtin's game. He protested a point earlier in the game. He got a yellow card for over protesting. He's done the same thing now, and he's received a second yellow card. I think there was a second yellow card, Raf, was it? Second yellow card for the Adare goalkeeper. He's not going to finish the game. 2 yellow cards followed by the red, and a very, very promising performance for Adare now is just kind of slipping away for them as Patrickswell are flexing their muscles in the closing stages here. 3:22 to 25 in favour of Patrickswell. Yeah, just to check on the score, it's 3:22 to 26 points in favour of Patrickswell. I think it's PJ Hall after coming in there for Adare, but it's John Flynn on the attack for Patrickswell. It's another long range effort by Kieran Carey's side. It's another long range score, and they're really starting to show their wares now, Raf. Excellent stuff.
Superb score, John, and they're just pulling away.
All too easy for Patrickswell in the last few minutes here. They're really, really showing what they have. And Dermot Burns now with a catch. It's flicked out of his hand though, as Adare on the attack. They need a goal, they need it quickly here as Thomas O'Brien mops up for Patrickswell. Switches play straight down the middle though, should be dealt with by Jack Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald though struggling to get it into his hand, eventually does. He's got an option outside him, that's Joe McSweeney. McSweeney now plays it low down the middle, finds Frank Costello. Frank Costello met by a hefty shoulder by Mark Carmody. It's the Adare man down injured here. You've certainly felt that one. Fair shoulder though. Frank Costello now receiving some attention, Raf, but you can't but be impressed in the closing stages here by what Patrickswell have done in the last 10 minutes or so. Really up the tempo in the final quarter, and a very, very impressive finish to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose, look, we always knew that they had it in them. They have the County Stars littered through the side, and I suppose, look, Derek Burns has really come into it in the final quarter. Cian Lynch had been quiet for the opening half, but slowly worked his way back in to become more influential. Aaron Gallan with the goals. I suppose, you know, you look at the backbone of that side, throw in the experience they had from winning it last year, and you know, look at what Adare threw at them in the first 3 quarters of this game too. A lot of character, and you could see that the experience definitely has come through in the final quarter. Like, you know, we were up here saying that they looked like they were under pressure, but they didn't look like they were panicking at any stages. And you know, there's the result at the moment.
Yeah, it's the end of Frank Costello's game here, as he's replaced due to an injury, and he's replaced by Owen Costello. On the Adare side is Tommy O'Brien on the run for Patrickswell. O'Brien gets the hand pass away. It's intercepted though, and they work it away to Adare. It's low one down to Mark Connolly. He's moved out from his corner forward position, plays it low. They're going to have to carry this one in, and it's on the run here, and it's Keane Sparling. Sparling does well. Shot for Keane Sparling. It's brilliantly blocked by Mark Carmody. Good work from the Patrickswell wing back, and it's going to be a 65 for Adare, and you'd imagine they're going to have to drop this one in. It's Mark Connolly, John Fitzgibbon that's going to take it, in fact. Just over 3.5 minutes played of added time here on the stadium clock. Strike from John Fitzgibbon, dropping short. It's caught by Dermot Burns inside the square, and that's it here from the LIT Gaelic grounds. Patrickswell, the holders of the Daily Cup of the Limerick Senior Hurling Championship, have come away with a first night victory on a 323 to 26 point scoreline victory over Adare. They didn't have it all their own way, we've mentioned, Raf, but all in all, Kieran Carey will be happy, but also has plenty to work on.
Exactly. He will be happy, I suppose, with how they rallied in that final quarter of the match, but he won't be happy with how they opened. He won't be happy with how they look lethargic and just off the pace and off the boil for large periods of that game. They had to rely on the star players that they had in that team to kind of pull them through it. I suppose, look, ultimately, you look at the scoreboard and the final result, it doesn't lie. 26 to 3-23. You know, I won't say comfortable winners, but they had enough to get past Adare in the end. And I suppose you'll be looking at Adare now facing into Doon next weekend. You know, they'll take a lot from the majority of that game where they were actually superb, but just kind of faded a bit towards the end. You'll be wondering now, will this game, you'd imagine, will stand to them a whole lot going into next weekend? And then you're in Doon's position, you're thinking, geez, you know, we don't want to get caught cold here. So next weekend is going to be a very tough one to call between Adare and Doon.
Indeed it is. Adare will be happy with so much of what they produced today, but ultimately it's ended in defeat for Brian Foley's men. That's the first of our games on Limerick GA TV this weekend. We'll be in Bruff on Saturday for another senior clash between Ballybrown and Blackrock. Join us then for more live action on Limerick GA TV.
They switched at the end of the recording.